just a second, though. Excuse me, sir.
It's okay. Where it's set up. Damn, it's 80 degrees in here now.
Yeah, it's a hot one today.
Mm-hmm.
Turning off the climate control.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Hey, guys.
We'll be at oxygen by the end of the stream.
Let me bring the mic in a little closer.
We've obtained Razer microphone.
Oh, I've had that mic for a while.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
What's up, Neuro? Good to see everyone in the chat channel. Hello.
All right. Yeah, nope. The bot is on a server that is hard locked in the basement, so I cannot go fix it right now. I'll have to do it after this, sadly.
Happened mid RimWorld session last night, and I remember I saw it all happen, and I was like, "Well, credits time! Click schedule." Aww.
Poor lady is not here.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was the thing that took me 4 or 5 days, Neuro. 3 or 4, whatever. When did we get our OSVR?
OSVRs last week.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So I figured out what Neuro is trying to do today, yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Excuse me, Sunday.
Nope.
Oh, that's funny, Rose. I know how they feel.
Those things use a lot of processor power, apparently. That's what you've been saying?
Yeah,
they do. Though it was, I think it was the shader he was using earlier.
That's a vectrosity problem. I'm just gonna not use it, I guess. Figure out some other way to get that cool fuzz going on.
Yeah, build a shader.
Yeah,
someone out there can help us build a shader.
I might even just draw lines and use
spec,
like do it all in texture. You know,
sure.
Instead of using a shader.
I can see it.
Silly, but whatever. So, Fireside Chat number 19.
Number 19, almost 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. We actually got a bunch of stuff done.
Absolutely.
I'll start.
Go right ahead, sir.
Unless you would like to.
No.
You've never started.
No, because I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
We start on either edge.
Sure. Makes more sense that way.
You can be symmetrical if you'd like. People like.
Yep. It's ingrained in these cultures. I hear we've been talking about that in the office.
Actually, lots of talk about culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one of the first things that happened this week is, we try to do releases on Sunday. So a new story went up on Theleston.com.
Absolutely.
With art, never before seen art by
awesome community member Jid.
Jib.
Thanks, Jid.
It's not jib like a jibsaw or something like that. No, it's jib.
Yep, or your jib line, or the lines on the bow.
There's some spelling mistakes the other day. But I will, because we mentioned it, no, of course it was me. I owned it.
I know.
No lying
That's
on
how
the
you
internet.
do it.
But no, so I will be advertising that again after this stream, and then we'll wait a little bit, and then once the other one comes up, or is that next month? The other one's coming up.
No, the other one should be coming up soon.
Okay, and then when the other one comes
this weekend,
up,
I think,
course
or is this weekend the newsletter? No, it's this weekend, and then next weekend's the newsletter.
Yep, and of course I'll advertise that one out to all of you and the other people in the land of the internet, so you can read it.
The jib is also the arm of a crane.
True.
It is. It is. Or dance, apparently, according to...
That's a jig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's different.
Correct.
Okay,
it's
so...
a little Irish step dance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, like that river dance stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the swords.
Literally called step dance.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. Yeah. So that story's up. Awesome art. Check it out. It's actually a day in the life of a nomad. So for readers of the blogs,
those of you who have been around since the olden,
absolutely. But it's the first Theleston publishing of the Day in the Life series.
Yep. It's actually also the first of the Day in the Lives to be published. Yes. Theleston, period. Yep. And those will eventually all make their way into circulation.
Absolutely. And we were talking, we're going to make more of those, of course.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're not.
Yeah, I think...
I'm pretty sure I have enough days in the lives to make an individual publication that is just...
Oh, yeah,
Theleston days.
You have a couple that never got published, too.
I have a few, yes.
Yep.
Well, since you're talking that way, I had an idea that we already kind of talked about way earlier on, but the Day in the Lives in particular, you could group them up and be like, these Day in the Lives have to do with wilderness survival, and so we'll release the Wilderness Survival booklet of all about players and how you want to design survivalist
you just
characters.
do one anthology with sections.
Yeah, like a fiction.
Yeah.
Tales of this,
like
tales of that.
Heavy Metal, which by the way is 35 years old yesterday.
Oh yeah. I forgot about Heavy Metal's birthday.
I found that out. Heavy Metal's birthday was yesterday. 35 years old yesterday.
A lot of good art
magazines.
Thank you, Rose.
Yep, thanks. Excellent. And I was actually looking at the Heavy Metal a site to think about submissions, because if we could maybe get one or two of our stories done in graphic novel style, or just turns out actually our stories are well suited with their length is right in the length Heavy Metal's looking for.
Yeah.
But I think it would be a cool way to bring more people to the site, bring more people into the community, and just yet another way to pump the IP if we could take one of two of these stories, the favorites off the patrons of Skyward Star, already written stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Turn one into a graphic novel if any of you are so inclined, into that sort of illustrated purpose thing, and ship it to Heavy Metal and see if they're if they'll throw that in the book.
Heavy Metal liked your story, didn't they just pair your story off with certain? Oh, okay.
They specifically do not.
They explicitly do not.
Okay. No, now I remember why you're saying explicitly,
point,
because
only will take complete submissions. However, we have some stories that I think would lend themselves well to that.
Oh yeah.
And
we have a lot of the pieces to make these complete.
Correct.
We just don't have the art.
So it's a cool idea, and I'm going to keep looking into that.
Yep, but we do know some artists of that type.
Absolutely. And even our Jed is well talented.
Oh, dude,
if she wanted to take on something as
arduous.
Arduous is a word, yeah. But it's big,
Monumentous.
Right? It's a big thing to set out to do.
Awesome.
It's a to say you're going to illustrate 9 pages of story.
Rockstar-esque.
Right? Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, it's not just illustrated. There's more to making a
You got to ink it. You got to
lay out,
lay it. That's what I mean.
You mean trace it?
No, you got to draw it first.
No, I'm joking. No, I was joking.
And when I say layouts, though, I mean you have to figure out what panels. You have to take the storyboard it,
translate it. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and it's not just for the artist. That's on us too. You work together on that stuff.
Absolutely.
Which we know from some experience of our own.
Absolutely. Turning prose into dialogue, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Dialogue bubbles.
Or stage direction. Effectively turning your prose into a screenplay in a way.
Right.
But yeah, so I mentioned it in Discord, but yeah, I would contract Jid to do that any day of the week if we had the money.
Absolutely.
That would be.
Speaking of money, we do have one more patron this month.
But also,
yes, we do.
Or anybody else?
Patron count is.
Oh yeah, congrats! Also, thank you to our new patron, whoever you may be, by whatever name, however sweet.
Yeah.
Quite. So yeah, we're turning that to good end. I've been making quite a bit of progress on the ink. We have at this point probably 4 hours of.
Yep. And I actually, I'm the one lagging on getting that video up. I need to go through and strip out the transitions kind of stuff and put it together. So that takes me about a couple hours for each session.
A period of time, yeah.
So it'll probably be, over the period of the next week or so that starts to roll out.
Sure. Well, we've a few episodes of that. It's coming. Quite a bit. So, look forward to that. I may pop another teaser up in there.
Exactly.
Another teaser image, because I have one, and might look for that after this stream sometime today.
The map is looking good. It's looking nice. You have maybe a third of it done now. Yeah,
and that's only first pass.
Well, that's the first inking, and then you
right.
get the second inking, and
I've
then
decided
the
as
third
I've been working on this that I think I'm going to do all of the major landmarks, or not landmarks, but landforms and line work in black, and then I'm going to come back and do all the waterways. I will highlight with a blue ink, and maybe do some of the tracery around the beach in blue, or maybe some of the wave work, and then go back a third time with I'm thinking a red sepia or a red, something like that, and do all the titles and all of the names for all of the points. And the icons for the places in red. So 3-color.
You're gonna put the map up there when it's done.
The original? It is big
Get it
enough.
framed.
The
Put it
original
up there.
size?
I know, it's huge.
It's about that.
It's huge. I know. Get it framed. Put it right there.
Yeah, after we get all of our images taken, and I'm sure to probably document taking the pictures for the printing and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, so you got the bare minimum just for the Patreon updates, right?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yep. So yeah, making a lot of progress on the inking on the map, and editing Verde's story.
Yes.
Oh
you have
yeah,
been editing
totally.
this one.
I have to admit, I haven't read it yet.
Yeah. Well, you've been busy, but I would
Yeah.
like you to do a pass on it. Too.
Oh, I will eventually.
Cloth copies, sir.
Well, I wonder how much that would cost.
Yeah, I don't know how much it'll take to get it printed on cloth. I my original goal and the cash that's been set aside from the Patreon for the printing was for a paper print run, decent sized art stock, right? But still paper, not cloth. I think that would kick it up $2 per print.
Probably a lot more.
To get them screened.
Yeah, I know on DeviantArt for the canvas prints of the works that
And
there
they don't
are,
use it. They don't
they
need a
sit-
different printer for those.
No,
It's the
no.
same
Yeah.
printer.
They sell those at like 40 something, and the artist makes like 16, maybe
Yeah.
20
Sure.
bucks.
That's got a lot to do with lot size, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, those are one-offs.
Right, that's why.
Yeah. I'm printing in lots of 100.
Of course.
So. Yeah, it
And
would
we'll
be
have
rad.
100
Cloth maps
copies.
are always cool. I agree. Maybe when I'm rolling fat and
Yeah, we do know some
when I'm the
people
director of the
we can ask
gaming
about that.
company.
Like, so we know, I don't know if you're aware, but we actually know people over at, like, for example, Harebrained Schemes,
Oh, yes, we do.
right? And they do, I kind of have it here, but they do silk printed swag all over the place.
Yeah,
right?
so they probably have an
clearly have a manufacturer that's cheap because they don't have budgets either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I suspect we might be able to get some information if we ask.
Yeah, get in touch.
Bare minimum, we could always ask Garrett.
That's true.
If there's anybody
Yep.
that knows anything about printing maps on cloth, it's Richard Garriott.
Hey, you mean Lord British?
Brother British, where do you do your printing?
Yeah. Well, and they're doing it for Shroud, too, so he
Of course.
probably also has a valid current manufacturer.
Yep, I bet you're right.
I said the last time I talked to him, he was drunk, and he said, fuck, you were there, what was it? He said, you're the new generation, you've got to... Right?
Yep.
You've got to carry the torch, that's what it was.
Yes.
You've got to carry the torch. You know you're not English, right, dude?
Yeah, that was many years ago.
No, he's Lord British. He's
Well,
totally English.
He was drunk.
Yeah.
He had been cosplaying Lord British at the con all day. It was E3.
Yeah.
Right? So he was kind of still in character. It was really funny.
Yeah,
Like,
really
it
like
was-
what you guys are doing.
It was the best possible interaction I've ever had with that guy. I've actually worked with him, right? So, like, most of my interactions with that guy have been like, hey, Mr. Garriott, here's the game, you know? But that one was like, fuck, I just walked away meeting Lord British, man. That
Yep.
was cool.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, it was. I bet.
So-
It sounds like it.
Yeah,
A
so
needle-borne thread.
map, story edits.
Yep.
Um,
Skills are in the fucking character creator.
skills are in the
Yes, they
character.
are.
I wrote
creator.
myself an importer to make that easy for us.
Yeah.
So.
That was cool shit.
Yep, so that was in yesterday. 154 skills in the PMP game.
Yeah.
By the way, just FYI. That's filtering out fighting styles, which is a whole other list.
Right, because in the PNP those are all
Cards.
so they're
yeah, we'll have
cards.
to make those in another pass. So
Correct.
different data, right? So that's excluding fighting styles and, of course, the main attributes, which are both on the original table.
Right.
But that's still 154 skills. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Sadly, they all need descriptions.
Of course.
Content being what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I still have to assign all the gods and stuff, too, because that's not in an import-friendly format. So
Right. The
I have
data is
I
there.
have the information. I have to manually
But you will have to
enter it.
manually
Yeah,
import
exactly.
it. Right.
So I'll probably do that tonight or tomorrow, like just in my spare time. It doesn't take that.
Right. Yep.
That way it'll all be ready for my Thursday stream, where I'm going to actually build the UI for selecting and buying skills in the character creator, which will complete the basic creation process.
Yep.
Then I'll have to do save, load, and export, and then it's done.
Save
Yeah.
and export. Yep, absolutely.
And in that regard, I started researching how to save to PDF from C#. Turns out it's actually pretty easy.
It's a PDF.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So we'll be able to.
Can you put like a custom form so that you can have graphics or something on the character
In
sheet?
theory, yeah, because it turns out the PDF is just XML,
Oh, okay.
right? And so if all of the elements are available and you define them properly, then this thing will take that XML
And just-
and compile it into a PDF.
Right, and so if the background PDF were, say, all your art, you could have the XML just put its correct data in its correct cells.
The XML would define, hey, the background of each page is this image.
Oh,
that kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Awesome.
Right, so it's all technically possible. It's just a matter of whether we assemble all that shit, how we're going to lay it out, etc.
Slick.
But yeah, it turns out that there's plenty of open source libraries for doing it already.
Brilliant.
Yeah, should be pretty easy.
Nice.
Yeah, sweet.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I also need to go through and take all of the skills from that data and put it into the player's guide.
Right.
I don't know if I want to write descriptions first or do them there and then paste them in. Either way, I have to paste them somewhere, so I'm trying to figure out which way bothers me least.
Right, which is the fewest numbers of Control-C,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But one way or another, that does have to happen. Especially since we basically have the list of skills done. There's reason why it's not already in.
Yeah, you might want to, I don't know, put them in the player's guide first so I know what the format is, and then you can just have me grind out on descriptions, and then he edits them.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. I can show you how to do that.
You could likewise generate your asset requests per skill from that list as you were writing.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm writing a description.
Yeah.
I'm also putting an entry in for the asset request for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so actually that will add on to the work that I've seriously I've said it 3 weeks in a row, but the way that the player's guide looks right now,
Nice,
I can't ask for any more artist requests without sounding redundant. Like, I already have old grizzled storyteller by the fire. How many different variations of storyteller gesticulating
How many
can
pages
I
need art with storytellers?
How
on it?
many
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's actually what we're asking.
That's the answer. That's the job.
So yeah, so that will be nice because once the skills are in the player's guide, I'll know kind of how the book will look in a blueprint wise, and I can.
It's not a layout. I
not?
keep having
Okay.
to remind everybody that
Sorry,
it is a manuscript.
it's a manuscript.
You still need to do the layouts
That's
for
different.
all of the books,
Right. And that will have to be done in PageMaker or some layout software.
Yeah, probably something that isn't 35 years old, but yes.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know what the name of the current.
It's probably PageMaker still. I don't know.
But yeah,
Desktop publishing
artist
software.
requests. There's
Do they
that
still
now.
call it that?
I'm finishing up a picture of a fish statue.
Of a fish.
It's it's up close.
I think that's
it's
true,
a fish
Rose.
statue. That's what it is. It's a statue of
Yeah.
a fish. An
cool.
old statue of a fish.
A sea icon.
Yes, exactly. And that's for a story. I've put up, I think, 1 or 2 drafts onto the Patreon website.
Yep, actually like
Theleston
3
website.
or 4 at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And those all need art before they actually get made
Yeah,
public
likewise.
to everybody.
The second part of the Angler story is actually written and edits have begun and all of that stuff, but I don't have any art for it, so I still can't actually put it up. I have to put it up this Sunday, so we'll have to figure it out this week. But
Yeah. He's mostly been editing my story, and I've been working with him with that. Remember, I am an apprentice, not a full employee, so a lot of my work yesterday, along with doing the advertising and the
We're learning him
community
to write
management,
good.
is learning how to write good. And
Get good, newbie.
I spent a lot of time yesterday asking him various different questions on why he wanted different things to look different. You know, there was a lot of lore discussion, a lot of which I wish we could have gotten on camera, just impromptu. Like, oh, we're talking lore one moment.
yeah.
Quick! Lore drop!
Yep. The little red lights.
Yep. Beep, beep, beep. In the Discord channel.
Yeah, camera powers up.
Yep.
Exactly. No, that would be awesome.
Actually,
Once we
if
have
I build,
that going.
if I build Discord into the new Dope Crew bot like I intend to, then we could totally do.
Yep, then we can have 2 chats on the screen at once during game streams.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be
Dude,
awesome?
that'd be so great. Like down both sides of the screen.
yeah.
With alert boxes for both of them.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Rose would
Awesome.
love
And then,
that.
like, follows for both of them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would. So much stuff on the screen.
So we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But no, jokes aside, you could just throw in a command to let people in the Discord know, hey, we're going to prompt you thing.
Yep, it's on.
whatever. Yeah, exactly.
And we've talked about similar stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would do it all with a Bach background, I think. A Bach soundtrack.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
loud too.
Loud.
Not even, yeah.
Thunderous.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Speaking of trolling,
and
people,
thanks, Lake. Thanks for your support as well with his writing. I've noticed your comments. It's good stuff. And also, thanks, Rose.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But we thank you 4 or 5 times a stream. So.
Sometimes, yeah. They're not the only people who are worthy of some thanks right now, though.
Oh, no.
All of them are.
If you've been paying attention.
During a stream like this,
Yep.
we tend to thank, basically the whole damn list.
Yeah. I noticed a lot of movement in the HOPA this week was, Poland, Sir, Rose.
Right, mostly hashing out story details here. I did see.
We also
last week I saw a bunch of stuff that Pol set out. This week before last, actually, about layouts.
It was actually, yeah, you mean for cards?
Right.
Yeah, but did you see what Pol put out this week?
Not sure. Which was it?
She's going through the Revival Housing client.
Oh, yes, and saw the. Yeah.
She's compositing
with the pictures of the inside scenes of the estates. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we actually hashed out, sort of if not an actual pipeline, then sort of the, ideological goal behind that pipeline over the course
building the
of a couple of
backgrounds
days of
and the
chat.
scenes within which we can set.
Yeah. So our thought
our
is
HOPA.
we can take those images, right? If we can figure out some sort of filter treatment or whatever that makes them at least a sort of indicative of what we want,
Right.
then we can both give that to contract artists as guidance,
Right.
right? Like, here's the scene and this is kind of the way we want it to look.
Right.
But also, if we end up for some reason with no artist, we can fall back on using those to at least get it finished.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And so I think that's a pretty big thing to have come to a conclusion on.
I agree. Have we messed with any idea of any posterization or any sort of
Not
filter
yet.
treatment?
Not yet. That's what we're going to look at now, is try to figure out if there is a set of filter treatments that we like.
Right.
If there isn't, then there's no point worrying about it any further, and we're
Right.
just going to have to figure out a way to get an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But
still useful as
but even the
as
base,
here do this
this is
in
the scene I'd like you to paint.
Yeah, exactly.
what
Can
I
you
mean?
paint it over? And
Right.
I wonder if we could do paint overs some amount of practice.
Yeah, my paint overs tend to be a style that I don't think would work here. But
I haven't tried in a long while to pull a classic paint over, so
Mm-hmm.
we can see how terrible I am.
yeah, it's been a long time since I've done it seriously. But even the ones where I've been like, I could paint over that, they're like they look like an '80s graphic novel, like when
Fair.
Mondo 2000 was still being
Right.
published. You know what I mean?
When
Like,
computers were first being used to make comics.
yeah, and I have to admit, part of the reason is because that's when I learned how to use Photoshop. So that's
Yep.
what I know how to do. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But
The stuff you've put up on the Patreon page or the patrons of Skyward Star page is not that bad. I like a lot of
yeah,
that
I know a
stuff
lot of that stuff is
cyberpunk paint overs.
Yeah, a lot of that
Oh,
is
yeah.
actually just paint overs and filters too. I mean, it's actually kind of what we want to do with the Theleston stuff with the HOPA, but I don't think that's the right level of quality for that. Like,
Yeah,
a
I
picture
agree.
for a story, it's fine. It's a
Right.
magazine picture basically.
Yeah.
It's great, not a problem.
Yeah, the theme
But, like-
setter, but as the actual
But for the
game
entire
board,
background of your game board, yeah, I don't think that'll work.
no. And I agree that I think we want something a little more painterly than the
Then
realism that we're pulling
photorealistic,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or that we can pull out of Unreal.
Yeah.
All the individual objects. I don't know. It seems like we could get a lot of mileage out of that still.
Oh yeah, well, and if I can figure out a way to get the assets into a version of Unreal that is not the custom one that we built for Revival, then anybody who knew how to use the level editor on Unreal could take the assets and throw a scene together.
And put stuff together.
And I thought about this a little bit over the week too.
Or even just position and take a photo and then crop out so that we have
That's kind of what I mean. You mean sprites and stuff
sprites.
too.
Yeah, we
That I
generate
can
sprites
do.
all
That's
day.
not a problem. That I can do myself. Right. I can get us sprites. And I can even build a system that scales them appropriately and all that. Like, let's not worry about that. Provided that we have a filter process to apply to the screenshots that are the sprites.
Yeah, to
Do
clean
you
them
know
up
what I
and
mean?
make them look
But I can take
uniform.
pictures of the assets in places where they'd be easily chroma keyed out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I have that ability already. But if we want collaboration, if we want to build like an assembly line kind of, right, then the only way we can do that is to get those assets out of that build of Unreal, because we don't own that build of Unreal.
Correct.
Phonic does,
Yes.
right? So I can't use it.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase that. I can use it. I can't distribute it without their permission,
Right.
right? Because it's their license with Unreal. It's not even their fault. Right?
Yeah,
it's about the legality of it.
It's just business, right?
So, I thought about how to make that happen, and I'll still probably poke around at that. But you know what it's like whenever you upgrade Unreal, everything goes to shit.
Yep.
So I'm expecting that to be problematic. Maybe it'll turn out to be easy and I'm wrong, but nonetheless, expect periodic progress reports rather than a report of success next week.
Fair cop.
Yeah.
So, what's going on next? What are our next goals
I'm gonna wrap up the character creator.
this week?
Hopefully this week, but
or at least
if
you're gonna get
not-
it to create an output.
Yeah, if not, at least to the point where it like actually finishes and saves a character.
If you guys want to see that, tune in on Thursday at 10:30.
PM Mountain Time.
Yes, of course.
Yep. Other than that, I'm getting back
No
to
other
writing
time.
the player's guide.
Right.
That's sweet. That's
So,
on the Off
for
Gaben
example,
list.
I'm going to put all the skills in.
Yep. More flesh on the.
And
on the
that
player's
will
guide.
give me future work by adding skill descriptors and artist requests to the
Exactly.
player's guide, very specifically to those skills, which will be nice. And after skills, I kind of want to move on to combat styles.
That's kind of all that's
That's all
left.
that's
I mean,
left. as
that's
far
not
as
true
the
in that we
bones.
haven't
We need
written
magic
the magic
and
system, but I
madness.
know how that works.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I'm not worried about it. It's why
Okay.
it hasn't come up in conversations. Right. But like converting Revival's combat system, we understood the abstract what we wanted to do, but that's going to take a lot of iteration. Right?
Absolutely.
So that's the next big.
But
thing.
it's meat and potato stuff, as in it's stuff that has to be done with the game, right?
Yeah, it's bones.
But it's stuff that I think you and I can both get behind and enjoy, because it's not the grueling, tedious technical writing, because you still get to write about the fun stuff behind. Why is this even a recognized fighting style? It's because the Fall Creeks have been, boxing while drunk for 100 years and have developed certain kinds of throws that are specific to, their wrestling or something like that.
Exactly, Rose.
Sure. There's some amount of that.
Yeah, and that's fun.
Wizardly. Quite wizardly. Yeah, it's sort of fun.
I also like the challenge of writing technical documents in character.
Yes.
That the pen and paper is.
Yeah, so that it feels,
for a game designer,
proper.
that's rare because normally you're writing for the engineer, and I'm not playing any engineer stereotypes when I say it, but at the end of the day, the goal is to cut all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? No fucking flavor. Just tell me what needs to get
yeah,
done.
you write the system. There's a difference between the technical.
When you write the pen and
spec
paper, you have
and
two
the-
goals. One is to cut all the bullshit and just tell you how it's done. But the
Yeah,
other
that's the little blurb
is
here.
to cover that core awesomeness with all of the like scents and spicy melange of the stuff that makes game design fun. You know what I mean?
Of the place and time.
The original, not the original, the second edition Shadowrun books and
Oh, yeah,
World
I
of
liked-
Darkness books.
I
do
like
that
the way
really
that
well.
they do those. Those are fun.
Yeah,
There's,
basically
like,
all in theme.
in character comments and stuff.
Absolutely. Each item has a review that's done by a hacker or somebody.
Or the Street Samurai.
Yeah, Street
saying
Samurai
about how-
saying
yeah.
about how now this is totally useless. It's a pea shooter. This is the common weapon a grandma would have. Why the hell would you even have a Street Sam test? Like, it was all really fun stuff.
I wonder why you would then waste that chunk on that. In a Street
Because
Samurai catalog?
Oh,
it's
that's
because it's the
pretty
easiest
obvious.
purchased weapon
Right.
amongst your
Right, but if
consumer
I'm
base.
manufacturing the catalog
yeah,
and I'm selling to you
Yeah.
the weapons, then even the smallest one is going to say something like, perfect for a grandmother on a Sunday afternoon.
yeah, okay,
Not,
so, yeah.
I sell shit.
But that's
Why did
what
you
it-
buy my shitty gun?
that's what it says.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah, I do. I do. It
The
was,
sales pitch was there.
yeah,
It's the commentary from the people on the street.
that comes after
Yeah.
and around.
Mhm.
Right. That makes
Don't
more sense.
believe the hype, chummer.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah,
That
that
that's
makes more sense.
that's the stuff I'm talking about. That's the spice and the melange that
Hey, what's up, Cloaked?
Snipe Hunter put it.
Hello.
Yo, Cloaked.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that stuff is the fun part of writing all that, the flavor.
Yeah. Well, and it's
Absolutely.
the challenge is weaving it together with the technical stuff without screwing either one up. It's kind of cool. It's
I
fun.
agree, it's fun.
But it's hard. It's not easy. You know?
No.
Some people do it pretty well. Keith Baker does, for example.
Well, there's a reason he does what he does.
Yep. He was actually in town recently, and I didn't get the chance to say hi. I was
Oh,
kind of,
bummer.
yeah,
Would have
kind
been
of
cool to
bummed out by that.
bump. Likewise, with similar intent, I have to go back to writing website content because there's always website content, right?
Well, and in fact, you have some content that needs to be wrapped up so we can publish it, right?
Quite a bit, yeah. Actually, that needs to get
And
up
then
on
I can
the
show
page,
that.
but yeah. It's just it's incremental.
Yep.
Of course.
Another thing that we
Incremental
need
growth,
to start,
and most of that also feeds back into any descriptive piece in like player's guide. Like, so there will be a section, I'm sure, on the world, and it'll probably be very similar, if not the same text.
Yeah, that's not in the.
I even know the subject that you're
That'll be
writing
in the
about too. I'm
guide,
looking
the
forward to
source
that.
book,
Source book, right.
But
It's
yeah,
about
sure,
Conquer
sure.
Eye.
Currently, what I'm writing is
Yeah.
in a coffee.
But he's also written some other stuff too.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Racial
looking forward
things.
to all of his writings.
Yep.
It's mainly
Once
the
it's,
Conquer Eye stuff because that's
once
what
it's
the
up,
story
we need to start figuring
that I've
out
been writing
how
takes
we're
place.
going to put ourselves in front of the press again.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, and we need to start doing it.
No,
Absolutely.
that is my
the-
shilling only does so much, and we need bigger names and companies.
I
and
don't have any
interviews
issue with
and-
the level of interaction between us and
Currently.
the community. It's
No.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's not even like
No, our
it's not even
community
we're
is
doing a
amazing.
great
Yeah.
job. It's our community is fucking great.
Yeah.
Right. Not what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Though. I'm talking about, getting fucking Massively or Polygon or
Bandai.
any of those guys. Bandai is not. That's a pipe dream, buddy.
No, it's
Well,
not
they're not the
that.
kind of media outlet that we need presently.
We would need to write that cartoon before you could pitch it.
Right.
No, they
Same
totally
issue we
just
have
want
with
to
heavy
publish
metal.
it as a manga
Right.
first. They don't. No, they have artists. For that
Same
I'm
issue
joking.
as-
Yeah.
It would be great.
Oh, you want an agent at that point.
Yeah.
And that's an entirely different kind of.
I had a
art
conversation with a
altogether.
professional about agents a couple weeks ago. We'll
Yeah.
not discuss that here, but I did do a couple hours of due diligence with a friend of mine who is a New York Times bestseller. He spoke a bit about some agents stuff.
Oh, New York Times bestseller.
Oh, yes.
Right up there with Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump, isn't it? Oh my God, you know the Trump.
I'm pretty sure her writing is better than Donald Trump's.
Oh, her writing.
It
I think I know
includes
who you're talking about.
werewolves
I
and
was
vampires.
Yeah, I
and
think
I was
know
afraid
exactly.
all
I'd have
sorts
to
of things
dissolve
that are
the
way
company
more
over
believable
it.
than the
Yeah.
idea that Donald Trump could actually be president of the United States.
I don't know about that.
So,
It's literally
A needle
the
pulling
nightmare.
thread.
yeah, it's okay. Werewolves, vampires.
Donald Trump, president. Yeah.
Yeah, right on. So, did some work on looking for an agent.
But yeah, that's an entirely different art than
It's
game dev. You know what I mean?
yes,
not the
it's
same thing.
another exactly, and that's one of the takeaways that I got was it's not outside of our purview, and in fact we're more likely already than your average off the street. I want to be a writer
Oh,
person
sure.
because shipped product.
Sure. Not to mention 25-year history of writing.
But yeah, and then there's that novel
Right.
already published. Right.
But yeah.
But it's a matter of taking the time that you take to shill us and using that block or a similar block to shill to an entirely different market.
Absolutely. I've.
I don't know that we have bandwidth for that presently.
We
Oh
really don't.
no, we on it. So
Well, and
I've similarly tried to
I want to make games.
look up
Absolutely.
trying to be. That's really what it gets at.
Don't wanna
I've
be
looked
Piers
up trying
Maxwell?
to be
No.
agenting yourself, right? And
Adam
all
Maxwell.
of it.
Adam
has-
Rice.
Yeah, no.
No, I already have stuff to write. I can't. Oh
Also,
my god,
is
so
it the-
much.
Is it the fucking 90s? Aaron Rice came out with a new book. Crystal fucking Pepsi's in the store.
I know.
Ghostbusters.
It can't be the 90s. I'm 20.
There's a Clinton running for the White
There's
House.
a Clinton running for
Yeah.
the White House. Like, yeah. The content creators are getting lazy. They're like, fuck it, we're just gonna run the last patch again.
Yeah. Well, it was good content. Everybody liked it. Just recycle it.
Except
I
that
have
heroin
analytics.
bit.
Yeah.
Can we
Doesn't
mod
work.
out the heroin?
No.
Yeah,
No.
No, it's all part of the experience. I'm
Right.
pretty
Damn.
Sure.
we'll just make it. In fact, we'll just make it more readily available.
Yeah, that's what seems like. That's how
Pill
it worked
form.
anyway.
Who needs needles? So messy.
But yeah, to get back on track, or
Agenting.
any
yes,
other
that's a
updates for the
word,
week,
baby
or-
cannon.
Dates for the week. Writing website content. Recording more ink. Shelling in the Discord. Spilling secrets. Here and there.
oh,
I do that.
That's a valuable
Um,
currency.
Indeed. For those who have not gone, I told you last week, but there's a picture up on the Patreon site, even for people who don't pay, so you can see a sneak preview of the map. And by a little after the end of this show, there'll be another.
Yep. Actually, the picture I saw yesterday was pretty dope.
I was gonna have a couple edits to make too.
Yep. I get you.
There's that.
So yeah, as far as things I would like the community to think about would. How do we get ourselves back in the press? How do we get more people aware of what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Interviews.
Oh, there was some
money.
There was some bandwidth spent over the last week making cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
Always a little bit of that.
I have plans for a cool thing, but I need like a serious block of time to do it.
Yeah, that's part of the issue, is that most of my cool stuff requires my direct handiwork.
Yeah, and I don't know who of our patrons will get that cool thing, but they're gonna be.
Oh yeah, that's the intent. Is that all patrons that receive cool stuff shall be stoked.
I'm gonna use a raspberry.
Nice.
Oh.
Not to be confused with your blueberries.
Correct.
Yeah. Throw a raspberry at things makes it easier to catch. So I've heard.
And yeah, no, once we have a shipped product, it's way easier. What I really am more concerned about is bringing more people to the community short term so that we can attract artists.
Bing. Yes.
Yep.
This is like, seriously, it's a good question because my shilling doesn't really seem to do all that much. I get like maybe three
it
or.
keeps people aware who we are. It's useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make no mistake.
Yeah, I don't. It seems like the stuff that we get is like a very light trickle with every once in a while, like even better than Tantalus, because Tantalus wouldn't even get this, but every once in a while I get what feels like a quenching, like I
receive a notification every time you get somebody to follow us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I receive notifications of new follows every day.
Yeah,
every day.
They're pretty regular.
Yeah, we get stuck on lists. People put us on Twitch streamer lists, on game development lists. Like,
this
it's
I forgot.
just that you're one voice.
Oh, that's what it was. It's the voice actress for Siri followed me.
For Siri?
Yeah, Siri's voice actress.
That's pretty cool.
Me. Yeah,
I've actually seen her do interviews. She's funny.
Yeah, she is. She's fucking hilarious. Just gives no shits.
Yep.
I thought I was legit when Tezonde followed me.
Yeah,
that was my breakout moment. That must be internet cool.
I got followed by Ando from Heroes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Heroes sidekick.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, what? Why is this? What?
And Senpai Bot always notices me.
That's nice. Yeah, Senpai Bot loves you.
I know.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Moving up.
Mm-hmm. Moving
Senpai
up on the
Bot
one.
hasn't even.
No. Okay.
So, div cards alpha functional, but not with final art.
That'll be next after the character creator, I think, unless the Hopa really picks up steam. But
yeah, and we have all the data to put that together on like paper.
Yeah, we do.
You could probably, if you were diligent, scrape together the data you needed to make a hand-built div card deck.
Oh, you totally could. That's not what they mean.
No, you mean the software that you're building.
Right.
Yeah, that's the next thing after your character creator. And I might put a few minutes into...
where are we with div card art, anyway?
I put a few minutes into div card art. I did some stuff this week with regard to making a card back that sort of looks like a swirly Cthulhu eye. And it was kind of neat, but...
It needs to look more like water.
I don't know. So, I don't know. We'll see. I might fire up Photoshop and take a look at that. I feel like the writing takes precedence over the arting.
Yeah, and we do have a very limited amount of time every week. I do understand that.
So that's where I've been with that. With the art side.
We should build div card art somehow.
Yeah, and then sell
I agree. Cards. I could do a really simple... I have an idea for doing a really simple mode, like really old tarot style, where it's just kind of the symbols.
Yeah.
Right? And it looks sort of like hand-stamped, like they made them in the 14th century.
Yeah, like wood stamps.
That's what they would use as wood blocks.
Well,
so I have an idea for that I might pull together. It's just a matter of how much time I have to put the composite Start fucking with it.
Yeah. You might. So if you can get images like individual things, right? That you can like smash together, like.
Cool thought, Nero. I might just cut them too.
Oh, 3D print your. Oh, okay. I was just saying, go
I
into
have the
Photoshop
ability
and create a
in
filter.
that. Oh, you mean a brush?
Well, you don't have to create just a brush either. You could create an entire filter like the dissolve filter,
Sure.
which makes everything look dissolved.
Yeah.
And so if you could just get the individual images and items, so like in the actual tarot cup, right?
Dissolution.
Dissolution.
Yeah, you should have, huh?
Yeah. But a cup is a symbol in the original tarot. If we could get a stylized cup in various different designs and then go, okay, let's put all of our layers together, make our card scene,
Absolutely.
and then merge it all together, plop down that filter on it, and then make it look like it's been wood stamped.
Very much.
Yeah.
Correct.
If you could keep it in the lid.
Well,
Yeah, that there seems to be two parties about that. There's the party that's like you can never have enough layers, and then the party that's like you want to
we're in Colorado right now.
You want to collapse all your layers always.
No, you want to save it layered.
You want to save it layered?
Yeah, so that you can go back and work on it. Right.
well, and so that you can
for
set down
example-
any piece you need or go back to
For
any
example,
point in
you
your
think you're done with your
development you need.
amazing, awesome piece. You collapse all of your layers, and your asshole art director boss goes, I think all of this is great, but you see this flag behind this pole over here where the edge is sticking out? That blue sucks. Why should you make that yellow?
Just that one blue.
Then you go
Right.
into blending select and select only
Yes,
that
the custom
blue.
box.
Right. But what if
I have
that
a
blue
template,
is
actually.
also used elsewhere because it's the key color for the nation?
Then
You're going to have to go in and very
Every single one.
quickly move off the area.
Or select by color.
You missed what I said.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What
I was
if
talking
that's
to
a
you.
key
I already
color,
said
and
select
it's
by
used
color.
everywhere.
Oh yeah, then you just got a big mess.
Yep. Well, no, you just got to change that one. So
Sure, and if you did it right, you have the
zoom
layers.
all
You
the
go
way
to the
in
right
till you're
point.
down to the pixels.
One at a time.
Marquee off the area you want to edit,
Magic wand tool.
and then recreate the transition between the various layers by hand.
Right.
Or you could load it up,
That's the
Go to your
transition
proper
blending
layer.
tool.
change that layer, and then hit save and be done.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
then you
exactly.
Nero.
When you're ready to import it into the engine, you save it with the images collapsed in your final format.
Right. Well, and then you
But
save
you
that
always
as.
keep the PSD. With
That
its
is not a
layers.
PSD,
Yeah,
right?
that's your
That's your
source
ping, your
file,
TIFF,
right?
your JPEG, your whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I have a box template for
Yeah,
box art, and
exactly,
I also have card templates so that I could have the rounded edges and never, so that if I printed them out, they would be correct.
All right, there'd be two size and all that.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So I have a bunch of that, so I didn't have to set it up myself. I can just send it off. Also, there's standards, and there's a couple companies online where I can take these templates and be like, "Hey, make me cards."
Oh yeah, and then
they'll
just have
on-demand
them
print them.
Yeah.
on demand printed. Yep, absolutely.
So promising.
Any questions?
The Offspring, they were that alt
The Offspring?
style band.
Yeah, exactly. The guy, like, every song sounds the same, and they all start with yeah.
Well, they all start with a stand up actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
forgot about that. Right.
It's Offspring, right?
Yeah,
So-
Offspring.
Yeah.
So next, we are going to rock, and then we will rock a
Yep.
little more. There will
Are
be
there
a
any
guitar
blocking
solo.
issues to why we rock? Well,
Yep.
we kind of suck.
My PA is not plugged in. You notice that? Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Sid, there's a
sure.
reason why you're not plugged in.
Yep.
Just stand there and look angry.
Yeah, I went and checked that issue. And, it's marked won't fix.
It's marked. Yep. Resolved.
Not a bug.
Not a bug.
I don't know.
By design.
No, I'm keeping that semicolon there.
Oh man, I used to wear a T-shirt. Speaking of, that was just a checkbox that was checked, and it said by design.
It said resolved,
Yeah, that's right. It said resolved,
and on the back,
it said by design.
and on the back it said by design.
That's right,
Do
I
not
forgot.
fix.
I forgot.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So, are there any questions about the development this week?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're hitting
Anybody think there's something they would like to see me work on more than what I'm doing? Also, I've been entertaining the idea of letting people watch me write, even though I think it's going to be eye-goring with an ice pick boring.
Yeah, I've been
Because
having
all
a
you're
similar
going to be
thought,
doing
but
is watching a
hearing
word
you say
screen
it out loud
and a
makes
flashing
me feel better
cursor
about
that
it.
then updates with words
Yeah.
and then copies, pastes, deletes,
People
and
watch
rewrites.
me write code, man.
Right, which I find mind-numbingly boring.
No offense to you,
I
man.
listen to
No,
you
no,
write
no.
code,
One day
check
you-
on the chat from time to time, and usually do something creative. In fact, most of the time while you're writing code, I'm inking the map.
It's true. It's true.
So, it does, Brian. And I don't know that Virtual Boy is ever coming back. I
don't know that VWB should rap about tentacles.
don't know that
That's all I'm saying.
VWB really exists. I think maybe he was an illusion.
Yeah.
Virtual White Boy?
He was
Yeah,
a-
but I've never heard of that guy.
he
Actually.
was
I've
like
actually heard of
phenomenal.
Virtual White Boy. He has a biggest fan named Van River.
I have heard that his
Hangs
biggest
out.
fan is named Van River.
Yeah,
So
he
maybe
hangs
Van
out
River will
sometime.
come back with a collection album of all the best.
A tribute
Or the-
album.
yeah, a tribute.
I hang out
Something.
with Van every once in a while.
I think
That guy's a
tribute
little
album would be
eclectic.
hilarious.
That guy's a little eclectic. He
Find a
only
bunch of
listens
people
to
that do
Virtual
shitty,
White Boy.
shitty Virtual White Boy covers.
Yeah.
And then it's just the Van
How
River
could you-
Virtual White Boy tribute album. You know what I'm saying? It's great. That's awesome. That is the best metafiction. That is great.
Metafiction.
That is fantastic.
Art fiction.
I'm all for it. I am all for it.
Oh my god.
I want to make the Virtual White Boy tribute album now.
Yeah.
Don't Google that, Neuro.
No.
And if you do, I had nothing to do with it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, serious questions.
Yeah.
Or anything you'd like to see me work on.
Because we're getting around that time.
And I guess, yeah, some of you guys are interested in watching me write. Well, it could happen.
Maybe. Potentially.
Yeah, I guess my issue is that like when I write, I don't speak. Right, because the part of my brain that's usually occupied by speech
Yes,
is
it's
actually
composing
busy while I'm writing.
It's
Yeah.
composing language,
So
exactly.
it would be like quiet, you know.
What?
It would be
Right.
my royalty-free jazz collection,
Right.
What?
you know.
Yes. Well, and then I sit and I think, and then I go, huh, and I write 5 words, delete them, then
Yeah.
write them again, maybe with one word different.
Right.
So it'd be like long pauses and then periods of frenetic activity that then get halfway deleted and edited in front of you.
No, I'm not working.
You'll get back to that though.
The axe heads?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Eventually, when we get back to gear,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's coming too. I mean, that is something we'll have to do. I guess it's for the source book more than the player's guide, but still.
Mhm.
Social eating. You want to see me eat things? Are you vor?
Good night, everybody.
Thought I do enough social drinking.
I don't know.
Social drinking.
Yeah.
He doesn't eat on his streams. On the other hand,
I do not eat on my
I'll eat
streams.
on the stream all day long.
Yeah, I don't eat on stream.
I do drink on my streams.
The thing I won't
do
do
drink
on
a
my
lot
stream,
on my
though,
streams.
is have
Wait,
my
that
phone
sounded-
out.
Wait, no, it didn't. Never mind.
In fact, I pretty much only
I
drink on
feel as
streams
if that's
nowadays.
disingenuous.
To not eat on your stream.
No, to have your phone out during the stream.
Oh, I agree with that. Unless like part of my stream is the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Or the
Sure.
automaton.
The
Sure.
automaton's okay. The
I
automaton's
played the
okay.
automaton while my colony burned.
Yes,
I realized there was nothing left for me to do,
Nero,
so
yeah.
I went, well, I guess I'm going Nero with this. Grab the automaton and while my dog burned. I lit my dog on fire. Well, I did not. A bandit lit my dog on fire last night.
Smokey.
And yeah, my dog's name was Smokey.
Old Smokey.
Yep,
Now
see,
he's
maybe
Ash.
you
Just plain Smokey.
Maybe you could. Make
Oh no,
social
he's called
drinking
Old
a
Smokey
thing.
now because
Social
he was
drinking?
once
Yeah,
Smokey.
you just get like a shelf that sits in front of the camera.
The camera that has like
all the various
cocktails and
bottles.
shit.
Yeah.
I should get mini drink, like the little shooters,
Yeah.
so it will look like the camera's
Huge,
behind
right,
the
but they're
bar,
like- yeah.
but they're actually, and then I could move them out of the way. Hi guys, welcome to Social Drinking with Ombois. Pour up. We're not drinking alone. What do you guys think? Is that have legs?
We should do it as a
Don't drink alone with DOP crew.
We should do it as a group stream, right?
Yep.
And just talk shit, drink.
That might be fun. In fact, I think we owe our patrons a stream,
I believe we do.
and I think
An
if we
invite-only
do,
stream. That
it ought to
reminds
be
me-
the
we do.
invite-only club stream.
That
There we
reminds
go.
me, I am probably going to create a mailing list group for the people who register on Patrons Skyward,
That makes the best sense.
since they're the ones who also get the privilege of those streams.
Correct.
So I can then email them the invite on the links to those streams.
Brilliant.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I actually figured out that's something I did. That's a progress I can report. I
Hey.
figured out how to do invite-only streams.
Yay! So the airline bottle throwdown. A bandit lit my dog on fire. Yeah, I could write a song like that. Nero used to be a part of a show exactly like that. Yeah, I thought our Saturday shows were pretty much exactly like that without the bottles on the shelf.
Well, no, and you
Speaking
don't
of
have
which,
any...
we need to do another Jackbox night, I think.
I agree. No, and I think that, when it comes to the drinking show, you need to build the bot to function as a drink, what's the word I'm looking for? Drink maven.
Uh-huh.
So you can request drinks for the crew to drink.
Oh, I see.
Social drinking. You see?
Yep. Pour a blank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have a whiskey. I can't drink whiskey.
It'll poll for votes, and then anytime it's drink time, it'll pop back the most popular.
Yep. Bloop, bloop. Oh, gotta mix up. How do you even mix? God. Cocktails are such a pain in the ass. Gotta mix all this shit together. Just take the ethanol and pour it in the glass. And then pour it in the face. Or maybe just pour the ethanol in the face. Can't put labels on the
No way, I'm a classy dude. I put all of my vodka goes into a thermos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're not classy, you're sci-fi.
This thermos.
You're like
right here. Right?
No. You're more like I'm streaming from the space station.
That's right. And then from
My
there,
cryonically chilled vodka.
it goes into a cup like a civilized man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I have the copper cup.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that cup actually.
I do too. It's my highballs.
Well then,
You could be drunk on zero. I think I could, on camera zero. I think I could be too. I think.
yeah, exactly, Rose. Good advice.
Yep. That's pretty much tip your bartender well. Shot and a shot. I agree. And maybe another shot.
Yep. Unless you are ordering food, in which case it is your server. There is nobody more dangerous to offend
Then you're
eating/drinking establishment than the bartender.
yes, chef and the bartender.
Yep.
Those are the two.
Well, you can't really offend the chef directly. It's your server.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you're right. The server will go pass that on to the chef.
Exactly.
Yep. This is a testicle surprise.
Be nice to your server. Be nice to your bartender. Tip them both well.
Yep. I concur.
All right.
Oh, haha. Nice.
Yeah, dude. Wow. Yeah. Last time I got really drunk when we were playing the Jackbox games, to the point where I was losing control.
It's fun. That's why we should have a Jackbox.
The one where we on the bomb one. I was just starting to lose it. Oh, that's me.
Wires. Wires are fun.
But yeah, I'd be down for that. That's fun. I like those games.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, though, it's generally our sign-off time. So unless anybody has a question, I think we will probably call it a day.
Absolutely, but that will not be the only thing that happens today on the DOP Crew Twitch channel.
Oh yeah? What is going on our host channel today?
Oh, well, at 11:30 or maybe earlier, depending on what plans happen with fighter practice, I do want to talk to you about that. It's cooling down, but it's been fucking hot, and I've had that heat exhaustion thing going on where your muscles ache, but you're awake, but your muscles just feel like you haven't been sleeping.
Your muscles ache, but you're awake. About to wrap.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been doing that. This is the stream for that.
But so if we don't go to fighter practice, I might start the stream early. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more. But
early.
Yeah. But I'm going to be once again taking up the Imagawa banner, and in stereotypical Tuesday historical fashion, we will be returning to the glorious Nippon in the Sengoku Judai, or the Warring States period, bringing our Imagawan banners to the front of the northern, and we're gonna war with those dirty northerners who threatened the Hojo, or better known as the Bears of the
I was gonna say the Triforce.
Bears of the Triforce. Yeah,
they are the Bears of the Triforce.
Yeah.
They're also
I'm
an
the Bears
international
of
hotel
Genji's. The Hojo?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Howard Jones.
Very popular in the 70s.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Kids.
It's an old.
He's like, I'm 20.
Old people.
It's an old person joke. That's illegal, motherfucker.
That's right. You cannot discriminate. Yeah, it's ageist. I'm gonna talk to HR.
Blackmail you. I got more than one
usury.
thing.
My God.
Jesus, on camera.
3 days off the show.
Right on camera. No, I'll blackmail you.
And on that note, good night, everybody.
Later, guys.
We will
It's
see you
been
next
good.
week.
Trial. 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 Trial.